Hi, welcome to my video on single source publishing and a few thoughts on the class that we just took over this last semester. My name is Paul Wolfe and I'm a student who lives in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, and this is my first semester at MNSU. So let's take a few minutes and see how this process works. My major project was on single source publishing, and my thesis was basically how do we implement this in a way that it works. Well, first of all, single source publishing is a way for us to use one document and then publish it across multiple platforms. So it's a way of reducing errors, and it's a way of getting one set of information out to electronic and traditional media. So it's also a way of saving money, and it's a way of using new technology. So what does the literature say about single source publishing? Well, first of all, it says that most single source implementations fail. And I thought that was kind of interesting. So I wanted to know why. When I did my literature review, I found out that first of all, it's motivation. People want to know why are they doing this. But then it's also planning, preparation, application, and then the major changes that happen to technical communicators' work when single source publishing comes into the workplace. But what are the changes? Well, let's take a look. Here's a scenario for you. This is what technical communication looks like before single source publishing. You have a guy like me who's a technical writer, and let's just say that I work on proposals, which I did for quite a while. Then you have someone else who works with me, and we'll call this person Lisa, just for the sake of argument. Although I'm not sure if I've ever really worked with a Lisa. Anyways, Lisa's in charge of, we'll say, training. And then we have another gentleman who, although he looks very unpleasant, his name is Tim. And Tim is actually very good at strategy. And he does a lot of the documents surrounding quality improvement and the strategic plan. So I do proposals, web, and promo literature, and I, from start to finish, write the whole things. Then Lisa does her documents, and her documents are training and process improvement. Tim does the strategic plan and the annual report. And what we find is that we have to go, poor Tim has to go and ask Lisa for some information for the strategic plan about training. But then he also has to come and ask me for some of the information for his document. And Tim doesn't like always having to come and talk to us to get information. But Lisa and I, we're actually pretty good at this. And we don't mind starting our documents from start to finish and doing the whole thing. And we know how to pull different information from other people's documents in order to write our own. But essentially, we're each in charge of our own silos. And for the most part, we're okay with that. But single source publishing is very different. This is what technical communication looks like after single source publishing. You have the same people, a guy like me, looks like I've gained a little hair, Lisa, and then Tim. And you'll notice Tim's not in as bad a mood today. But Paul, Lisa, and Tim now all work, and we all input our information into a single source publishing platform. Then this platform generates a series of documents. And these documents are all very similar to the documents that we had before, in that they are proposals, or they're training documents, or they're continual process improvement, or they're annual reports, or they're web documents. The difference is that each of these documents is now coming from a single program, a single source publishing platform. And our roles have changed. I'm now just a technical writer, and Lisa is now responsible for the single source publishing platform. My job is to make sure that all of my chunks fit all of Tim's various documents. And Lisa is now unhappy because she's become the manager of a program. The reality is, implementing one of these programs can break down at the why, how, when, and who phase. But most of the problems come when technical writers need to rework their roles. My project tries to figure out what are the right steps in implementing an SSP, and ideally, I'd like to put a T on right.